r/AskReddit, NSFW men of Reddit. What's the greatest realization you've had during post-nut clarity? I should have waited, because this scene was better. Pre-nut, why this girl smell like toasted marshmallows? Post-nut, oh, that's cigarette smoke. Asterisk WHAT the fuck am I watching? Asterisk. Thank God I didn't booty call her. Yeah, that was the last time. I really should not have had sex with this person. Edit. Wow. This really took off. Thanks for the gold. Wow, I just spent 2 hours masturbating. Edit. Wow, thanks for the gold. Exclamation mark. I wasn't horny. I just wanted that hit of dopamine. I should really get my life together. Still working. That my wife was letting me have a threesome with her BFF because they wanted to have sex. And I was being bribed. Why even bother trying to get a girlfriend when I can just do this when I was maybe 14? I gotta get out of this place. I remember one time a while ago, my physics teacher gave me a take-home test to do. I'm not great at physics, and I tend to procrastinate. So it was like 3 AM, and I was passing the time with a nice nut. Afterwards I totally remembered the right way to solve the question, and finish the test. So now I can say that blasting rope literally let me pass physics with a B. This porn. Jesus, it is so gross. What the fuck am I doing? How much I actually love my wife. I have to leave this relationship. I'm miserable and the sex does not even begin to make up for any of this at all. RIP inbox. Thanks for the support. Single and loving it. Alucard spelled backwards is Dracula. That I was in a really toxic relationship. I was with the same girl for over 5 years. Started in high school, so I'd never had an intimate relationship with anyone else. I was always very attracted to her, and we'd had some great times early on. But our relationship had long ago turned one-sided. Everything I was getting out of this was what I alone was putting into it. This girl also had, essentially, a non-existent sex drive. Which is fine. Of course. That's not some error or problem on her part. Everyone deserves to do what they feel comfortable with, if they ever feel comfortable with it. And don't owe anyone anything more. The problem was how she responded to my sex drive. In 5 years we'd had sex maybe 15 times. And every single one became her go-to reminder for the next few months of how much she did for me. How selfless she was. I left jokes in her lunches that I packed every day. I bought her flowers and gifts at random, just because I was thinking of her when I was at the store. I asked her once if she could start complimenting me more. Words of affirmation is my greatest love language. She said that felt uncomfortable. She didn't even remember to get me a Christmas present last year. But hey, I'll let you get laid last month became a regular sentiment. If I mentioned to her that I was feeling aroused, or told her how beautiful she was, she shrugged it off and made me feel like I was ceaselessly horny. I'd been scared of this relationship failing for 5 years. I knew there were things I was unhappy with, but it seemed more comfortable to come home to a 6/10 happiness than try to go out and find something higher. But then you nut, and your head clears. And I look down at the woman who refuses any position but missionary, with whom foreplay or nudity is never allowed. And she's frowning. I know the last 2 minutes will be thrown at me for months to come. This relationship just ended. I don't wish her ill for anything about her libido, but I'll be heartbroken for a while knowing how much I shamed myself for being attracted to my girlfriend and wanting to be intimate with her. How much I made myself feel that was wrong, and I was perverted and insatiable. Edit. The gilding is so incredibly kind. It breaks my heart there are so many who have had similar experiences, but starts to mend it seeing the kindness from every that I was being manipulated through sex. This entire thread can be summed up in a range of 3 different things. 1. This woman is manipulating me. 2. I don't want this at all. 3. I'm definitely in love. 4. Gotham this Waluigi hentai is fantastic. I will probably never fuck 5 big tittied girls at the same time. I should not watch Waluigi hentai anymore. I really love this woman. The older I get, the more pre-nut clarity I feel before even doing anything. Vertical bar. After coming, I blacked out and woke up as one of the political prisoners on a horse carriage. Miss my ex, miss my ex, miss my ex, AHH. Now I don't at all. Edit, thank you so much for the silver. Close bracket. I should debloat my Windows 10 install. Edit, I have 5 ThinkPads each with a different Linux distro, so I'm well aware Linux would solve this, haha. I needed Win 10. Non-LTSB, in order to use my Rift. Mostly stuff about optimizing some random piece of code. I gotta dump this bitch. I'd trade sex with a stranger for platonic friendship in a heartbeat. 3 months after a breakup, my ex was trying to reconcile, and I was seriously considering it. I was seeing a guy, and the sex was great, but I knew he was way more serious than I was. I honestly didn't know what to do. After sex, he curls up next to me and says, leave if you still love him. I would rather see you happy than possess you. Ask yourself if you could say the same thing about him. He was right, but I needed that insight to realize my ex was more about possessing me than actually being in love with me. I followed that wise, loving man across the country and never regretted it. Not even after we eventually broke up. Wherever he is, I hope he's blissfully happy. I didn't really have anything in common with my then fiance. I really need to cut down on fapping. I need to find a chick to do this for me. Realize that all matter is merely energy condensed to a slow vibration. That we are all one consciousness experiencing itself subjectively. There is no such thing as death. Life is only a dream, and we are the imagination of ourselves. JK, that's a Bill Hicks quote. Cashews give me gas. Sometimes it's better to cut ties than to hold on to something longer than it's worth, while debating cleaning or throwing out the sheets. Actually sort of happened yesterday. For a second I thought I don't have serious depression, and then I'm like, nope, it's still her, and I really have a problem. Man, this shit hella gay. That I loved my girlfriend and didn't just love the sex. Thank God I didn't order that escort. Yeah, I don't actually like this girl. Shit. What if my dead relative's watching in disgust? I no longer want or need to have sex. She was only hot when I was horny. I don't want a GF. Me hungry. Why do I keep jerking it in these nasty ass porta potties? As I continue to fap in nasty ass porta potties. I'm in a 100-degree Porto John. In a fucking desert. Sitting next to my rifle. Wearing body armor and a Kevlar helmet. Getting heat stroke to get the dick stroke. Because the US Army is fucking me. Besides that 7/10ths on TripAdvisor. Would combat Jack again. So with living in Germany and prostitution being legal and sort of affordable, roughly €100/HR, I probably saved up thousands by jerking off every time the need arises, and I actually think, man, maybe this time I should actually go into a brothel. I crank one out and afterwards just think, good thing I didn't go through with that idea. I've gone too far, and there's no going back. That's it. I failed as a human. She sounds more and more like her mother every day, and she's starting to look like her too. I'm bailing. I should really lose some weight. No, I do not have a crush on that rude girl who looks pretty. Close-ups of buttholes are kinda gross. WTF is wrong with me? Wait, twins can't be stepsisters. Asterisk, I really gotta start rapping IT asterisk. I've made a huge mistake. I think I'm in love. Married 4 years.